right, hello everybody, welcome. It's Monday. Got some time for magic. Gonna do some more Marvel drafting this week. Uh, dip back into our Marvel Limited. I know the one thing I've been meaning to try out, if we can find the way through the draft, through the waves on it, is to see how Black ends up playing out. Uh, I've talked about Madame Mask, but just like things like Widow's Bite as a really powerful kill spell, and a lot of like the synergy pieces. Strange MD, thanks for the sub. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna put top of line. But obviously, we'll see how the waves carry us around today. So yeah, hope you're all having a good one. This week is a pretty big one for uh upcoming Magic sets. This weekend is a pro tour in Amsterdam. Uh, Next week is the start of uh, Hobbit spoiler stuff, because that set comes out in. If I go to Mastery, it'll tell me 4 weeks. As well as announcing stuff for the rest of the year and even some 2027 things. So, by the end of this week, I think it'll be a lot of stuff for the last 3 sets of this year, plus knowing what a couple of the sets in the next year at least will be. That's all the future. Let's go ahead and take a look at the present. Maybe we can find Doctor Doom. We've seen we've seen the Baron a couple times, but triple black and a ton of like black pips in the yard just isn't gonna happen in limited. That's such a constructed effect. 15 black pips, I think, is what that one needs. But yeah, let's jump on in. Let's see who rules all. Who could it be? Could be anyone that rules all. Cactuar on some adventures. Been having a good time with Forge. Been having a good time with some Magic over the weekend. I got to play some paper Magic over the weekend with some friends. It was an excellent time. And before Phil. If Phil shows up, Phil shows up. That's right, Phil rules all. We don't need Doombots when you got LMDs. Or Tahiti, or you don't stay dead. You know how it be. Loki. Alright, what's Loki do here? Whenever a player or permanent becomes the target of an ability you control, draw a card. Hello? Okay. That's pretty good. Player or permanent. So all your removal spells also cycle. Something like Dark Deed, Hour Defeat, even ability. Ooh. I'm reading. I read spell. I said ability. Okay, that's less of the ability you control. So what is that trying to go off of? Moving my equipment around? I was immediately really on, and then I'm like super off and just want to pick Dark Deed. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick Dark Deed. I was like, that's why we double read and make sure we know what we're doing with this, because that would be like re-equipping or okay. Deployment Drone seems good. Night Nurse is obviously a really strong card. What's Grim Reaper? Connive targets, but like you'd have to have Connive from an ability, not a spell. Reaper, I like the Shield Deployment Drone. I like Night Nurse as well. The card's just really strong. Is that good enough, these two? I think these two are where I'm fighting on. This is like, I'd play it. This is a little less so, and Deathlock kind of shrugging. Tapped and attacking your grave. That ain't bad. I'm gonna get the recursive piece. Too evil to stay dead. Quicksilver. Red room. Undercover scroll. Quicksilver. If you haven't seen a couple of the 2010s X-Men films, Quicksilver has multiple scenes like that are just stealing the show levels. In both Days of Future Past and Age of Apocalypse. Too evil to say dead. Pick up a 4. This seems like okay. I'm not like super excited by this. This is like filler level, but I want the. Okay. This is a whenever a creature attacks alone, first strike menace, with the death touch. Avengers Disassembled is kind of wild. In that, like, we have a sweeper. Big dogs. Had a good time with big dogs. Black Widow. But yeah, the pair of scenes with Quicksilver in those two movies where we have Quicksilver moving at incredible speeds and everything else moving very slowly and getting to do fun bits, fun musical bits, very good stuff. Okay. Claw. I'm here for Claw. I think Claw's pretty good. I like bodies that come in and steal a card from hand. Trickster's Stratagem is also really good, and I'd be fine with one copy of Hydra Infiltration. I don't know that I want more, but like... Irby's also going to be fine. Baxter Building is not as much fixing as it is like late game, some advantage. All I know about Claw is that your lane to the right gets the plus. You know? And that's pretty good. Alright, we're not exactly in... Okay. Kid Loki? Whenever you draw your second card each turn, one counter on Kid Loki. Hydra Troopers is also, like, fine. Loki does indeed combo with Loki. With one Hydra Infiltration because we picked up the... Yes! Okay, great. Also, Hour. I feel like I'm in a good spot now. Gonna note that, like, as we are right now, we're feeling pretty good on black. We got a great curve, and then we've got, like, multiple playable cards in white. I won't... If we see something that is like, hey, here's a second color, you should consider this. We're not deep enough yet for me to be committed, but obviously, like, if we just start finding some copies of Hazmat, our hero in training, that combo's great with Madame Mask as well, because Madame Mask only cares about drawing 2. A second copy of Black Widow? Huh. We also have Fisk Tower here. I would not hate the fixing over Black Widow 2 Hydra Troopers. If I want this to be more playable and make sure that this is good, this is a place for me to finally pick up the fixing, because I'm not handing off something I don't already have. I'll go that route. Ooh, Red Room Recruit, Luke Cage. Or Luke Cage attacks alone. We get it. Okay. That actually might work out well. I also like the colors being open here. Brave Brawler. We've seen Dennis do some work. Yeah, I'll believe in that. Stark Tech. This thing is a acceptable trick. And here we're just cutting off colors because I want to make sure that we our stuff is... I said I'd take one Hydra Infiltration. I don't even know if I'll play Kree Commandos in this deck, but... Okay. The Astonishing Ant-Man, Madam Mask 2, the sequel to Madam Mask, Widow's Bite? So Madam Mask is obviously a really strong piece. Widow's Bite is a piece of removal I'm extremely excited to have. Am I more willing to pick that over the second copy of... I think so? I feel like continuously we've had removal as like one of our biggest like weak points of the decks. And I'd love to have a little bit more. We only have Dark Deed right now and some discard. Kang's pretty good. Kang connives on attack, which then triggers your draw two effects. Like Kang with Madam Mask plays well. Not enough for me to move into blue. Super Soldier Serum, White Widow. White Widow? Visions of Villainy, Burrow back up. White Widow. Team Pump. I kind of like that. Visions of Villainy is pretty easy for us to get the draw to. This being an instant is actually really nice with Madam Mask, too. You haven't drafted this set yet? I think this is my 5th draft. Again, I just don't believe in +2/+2 enchantment in a world with removal. Winter Soldier. +2/+0 for each equipment attached to him. Return this card. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pick up, our buddy here specifically just for that stat line. I don't think we need the equipment piece, but definitely, like, if we have the equipment piece, we could feel pretty good. With, like, I don't know, Olin Stark tech. You know, that can get there. And, like, Vigilance Menace with a rebuy on Vigilance Menace. Yeah, high villain density, but we don't have some of the, like, the villain payoffs. The ones I'd be looking for would be your villains cost less and connive when a villain comes in, I think is the biggest one I want. Fang Foom, Whiplash, Ninja Hand. Okay. What's the equipment I'm looking for? Like the spy book? The spy kit? Clean Wing, Madam Mask 2, Hydra Infiltration, Brutes. Spell it targets. I think I am fine with a second Madam Mask. I would like to have another one of these. I want to find some other connive pieces to make this more reliable. Colleen, I don't... Spell the target's thing we control. I don't know. Second Madam Mask. Titania? How good are you? Sure. Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of. Shield Spy Kit. I mean, a couple of these is fine. Also, Kingpin's Enforcers is a way to trigger the draw to. I'll definitely play the Spy Kit, though. The Scry 1 is actually, like, really nice. Colleen Grim Reaper. Agents of Hydra. We have all these villains, but we don't have the... Wow. You know what? I think I might want the Hideout over Madam Mask 3. This is a way for us to trigger Madam Mask at an easy enough time. It's sorcery speed, but it is cheap enough. And I'll take the Visions of Villainy. This is a two mana draw 2, which can trigger Madam Mask off turn Because it's draw your second card each turn, so like on your opponent's turn you can get the body. Yeah, if we give Bucky or Whiplash that, I'll take the daggers. These seem expensive, but better than these other two. So yeah, we got the villain stuff. Power up. More discard? Okay, I'm not going to feel bad about a ninja. Make this a 3/3 Death Toucher that eats a card. Okay. Pack 3, let's see what we get. Like I said, I want, God, I forget who the character is, but it's the 3-drop that makes your villains... Ooh. Ooh, okay. I mean... We have a couple bodies that do care about the shield. We can give Bucky the shield. Becomes a 4/1 million. I think Baron Zemo makes a token. No, Armanzola makes a token. Baron Zemo is the top end one. Ronan eats an equipment for -4/-4, which is also real. Hi Cap. Killmonger is really good too. If we weren't like in white, there'd be a consideration for that as a second. Baron Strucker, thank you. I'm like, I know. Ooh, Masters of Evil? Okay, here's finally a thing that pays off the damn archetype. This is like a big anthem. Gives us something to do with the tokens. We technically have a search for... No, that's not even a plan. I was gonna say I thought that was a plan, but no, it's not. We don't have anything to search off this. But it's a piece of top end that pumps about 2/3 of our deck right now. Cruel Alliance is a card I'd also pick up too. That's a really good one. Is that better? We're gonna be... I need to pick up removal after this. This is probably like maybe a little too pie in the sky, but U.S. Agent... U.S. Agent comes with a shield. I don't hate that. Nothing else removal-wise. I'll take comes with a shield. Doom reigns supreme. Whenever a villain you control enters, drain 1, put a plan on it. When the 5th counter is put on this, sack, exile 5. It's not fighting against any removal, and it's also not fighting against anything terribly huge. This is not too hard to get going with stuff like Agents of Hydra that make 2 tokens. Yeah, let's try this out. I think that'll be fun. Doom rules all. Red Guardian, you are removal. That's right, and you're a villain. All right. I would like the Red Room Recruit, too. Oh, Justice is still here. Damn. Like the pack. Yeah, this is removal. Crossbones. Whenever another villain enters, 1/1 counter on Crossbones, deals 2 damage. Yeah, I'm in. I'd like a couple more connive pieces. Rewrite history. I'll take another U.S. Agent. Ooh. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, connive? We have this, like, funny equipment sub-theme, so swordsman, you know. Sure. Ronan making it too? We can eat some shields? Like, we can eat the U.S. agent shields, for a -4/-4. We have to move them, obviously, but, like, that's not too hard. Okay, and we finally do get a Grim Reaper. This is exciting. It's exciting because, like, this isn't something I expected. I don't even think this is called out as the plan in color. I think the plan in color is called out as, like Black Widow here, the attack alone, right? So, I passed up, I think, 2 kill spells for some of our bigger for like Captain America's Shield and Masters of Evil. Yeah, alright, sweet. This is a card that fills out really nicely. The big thing about Agents of Hydra is that they give us Agents of Hydra and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. One in the same. The art should be a little more. Yeah, Red Room Recruit? Sweet, I'll take another connive. The connives on this are more important. Okay. We've got a lot of cards. Yeah, we got a lot of cards. Interesting. We don't have any of the, like, villain payoffs that I was super looking for, but we do have some really unique payoffs. Spy Kit, Night Nurse, Red Guardian, Luke Cage, White Widow, Whiplash, The Agents, Dark Deed, Doom. We'll put in the Madam Mask, Masters of Evil, Winter U2, and like Cap Shield. Maybe Titanium. I don't think Vibranium Daggers. This is really. Maybe? I don't know. We have, I think, 4 pieces of equipment in the deck. 3. I'm counting John Walker, U.S. Agent, as well. So I've actually got. What are Shield Spy? Oh, right. I keep thinking of Stark Tech as like just a trick, but it's not. It's a trick that also is a piece of equipment, which is good. So, okay, what do we want to cut down on this? Oh, and Villainous Hideout, that's going to make it in here, too. This doesn't really excite me as much. Could we get away with closer to mono black? That would be like cut White Widow, cut Luke Cage. It's actually kind of tough because that's a lot of our top end. I'm almost looking at like cut the Red Room Recruit. Luke Cage, like, becomes the one you want to be attacking alone with, right? Like, that's the idea if you're playing Luke Cage, is that Luke Cage is the one that we want to, like, suit up. White Widow works, I think, especially at the return target artifact, and because we could use that not just if, like, something gets blown up, but Claw eats, or not Claw, Ronin eats equipment, and so we can have Ronin eat equipment and then like White Widow pick it back up if we want to like reset a stolen Stark Tech after using it as removal. Is Ronin instant or sorcery? Sorcery. Widow's the obvious best attacker because First Strike Death Touch. I need 1 cut. This is good. This is good. Red Guardian's removal. Winter Soldier, icy ass. Yeah, that no lies detected. They keep talking about America's ass, but you know. I like Visions in here. This is really cheap. We could cut down 1 U.S. agent, that's true. Is Night Nurse... Night Nurse isn't even, creatures, it's permanent. Like, this is... Night Nurse is anything. So... And also, as a lifelink creature, is one that works very nicely as something to, like, equip onto, and go to town. Yeah, Hippocratic Oath. Look, I'm keeping the pair of Agents of Hydra because of the Doomrain Supreme. I realize that they're a little bit filler. That might be the 41st. Now that I say that aloud, because we don't have like a sack deck that cares about these dying. They're just sort of they're filler that gets us double double Doomrain Supreme. I think one of those can go. That might even be better as Red Room Recruit. Again, because we're not making use of the bodies dying. That doesn't matter to us. So like the connive to find better cards might be a little more efficient. Do I want the second one? Do I want the Hydra infiltration? Kinda. It's also nice that, like, Black Widow and White Widow both have the hero-villain side, which lets them work with Masters of Evil. I think our count is like 14. 12, okay. 12 with, like, a couple token... Yeah, a couple token makers in the Madame Masks. We have doubles of Legends, but they're like 5 drops. So, they're also, like... the U.S. agent is kind of weak, but, like, we make use of that token reasonably well. We have, like, free equip with Swordsman. We have connive with Swordsman. We've got eating it with Ronin. And so much. Anyway. Yeah, this looks fine. Lean on black. Make sure we've got enough white to be able to cast, like, the Icy Ass and Black Widow. Icy Ass. Okay. This is... I'm excited for this. I think, again, we're a little removal light. No web up. No flat removal. Kind of playing a little bit of a ground game. But I think it's an interesting one. No. Sorry. Okay, that's doable. What am I getting rid of here? Red Room Recruit? I know that fixes, but, like... I kind of like U.S. Agent giving us a little bit more... That dealt damage this turn. So, if we get hit by something, we get to... Okay, that's nice. I get to option select? Love to option select. Like, if they haste in and hit us, we get to Red Guardian. I don't know if there's a 3-drop haste Volcano villain. I think Volcano villain specifically. Death to our enemies. When you cast a non-creature spell, make a treasure. 7 damage split. Sure. Let's draw some cards and go to town. Doom reigns supreme. Whenever equipped creature control attacks connive. I think I want U.S. Agent then. I know that it's hard to get Doom Reign Supreme in here, but hopefully we'll find a spot. Okay, so this is non-creature spell makes a tapped treasure token. And 4 of them is a 7-point burn split. Okay. Good to know. We've got connives available on the attack. We can also move the equipment. Okay. Okay. Connive discarding you isn't bad? I'll probably just go in with U.S. Agent here. Yeah, that's my plan. And then, Doom rules all. Alright. So we can get attacked by Hercules, end step, kill Hercules with Red Guardian. We've got the return on Winter Soldier. This is instant speed, by the way. We got Masters of Evil if we draw 6th land, which lets us move in. Dealt damage this turn. So we don't care what gets hit. It is, simply that they did damage. We also have the drain on every villain. Just sort of reading what we got. They're looking at like a fight spell or something? Maybe fighting down... Okay. That's a tap treasure, so that doesn't, like, super change things. That will have dealt damage. If they go for a second bite or something, we can, like, interrupt. They only have red. Again, I think they might have thought that... Interesting, okay. Did they think that this was coming untapped? Alright, okay, alright, okay, alright. So they go to 1 with White Widow? Yeah, they go to 1 with White Widow. I can also have White Widow go pick up Doom Reign Supreme? I'm gonna believe in putting an opponent to 1. Yeah, 95. Like, any attacker is lethal. We've got, you know, Bucky to pick up, which has Menace. Okay. Yeah. These small equipment synergies doing some nice work. The big thing is that death to our enemies, that plan on 3, did nothing. It had no text in that game, right? It made a tapped treasure token and was their 3-drop. Like, that's not great. I'm fine with this. We got 2, 3, we got removal and removal. If we find a weapon, we're going to be in a nice place. Ronin can, like, choose to move them easy. Or, that's to cast even, too, if we, like, draw, Cap Shield, or... One thing, sure, we can pay 2 life to, That's actually really nifty. We can pay 2 life to, like, have up Stark Tech. You know? Okay, Villainese a refresh. Avengers Tower. Doc, thanks for the raid. Ooh, okay. So the killer thing on you know, Jennifer here, She-Hulk, is the backside. She-Hulk is gnarly. Not a card I want to fight. We've had to fight once or twice. Let's just get moving. And the big thing with this is that we can't cast spells on our opponent's turn, which means, like, our instant speed cool removal is non-functional. That's the biggest threat that she has at the moment. So.
It's true. You're not allowed to, you know, interrupt the, you know, the defense's, statements.
Okay.
That's where the silence comes from.
Huh. First strike vigilance and you didn't attack? First strike vigilance and you didn't attack. That scared, huh? That's terrifying. Because I can't I can't kill that with Dark Deed anymore. I can't Red Guardian. Yep. Okay. What are we looking at then? Okay. Gonna be tough, because if they get to flip, like... we still can't cast spells? So... okay. And so the day is saved. We still have, like, a little bit of problems, but our hand is gas and our opponent is empty. So, I'm feeling pretty good about the position. Alright, Avengers Tower, go grab some heroes. Let's see what they get. Stop it! No way! Okay, how on earth am I outing Storm? It's not clean at all. Yeah. Okay, they've got the mana for Storm. The idea is that they attack with... oh, okay. They attack with Undercover Scroll, we kill Undercover Scroll, or we trade Guardian with it, and then, like... uh-huh. Just not great looking. Okay. 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 Can only be blocked by one creature. I can't pump Crossbones because we don't have enough to play Red Guardian. I'd like Crossbones to be alive next turn, so if we can get to next turn with Crossbones, I'll feel good. You can't be drawn like this. You gotta slow down, please. Okay, so I can't Red Guardian anyone. Fair dues. Okay, like, you off the table, you two off the table? That gives Menace first strike, yeah. Okay. Widow's Bite is a nice draw because that gets rid of Cap. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay. My plan here is that our opponent is at 8. Crossbones plus Black Widow can kill them. Yep, that's Storm. I need you to draw on a dead card, please. Spell targeting, okay. Oh. Okay. Is your last card Go Nuts? I feel like your last card is Go Nuts.
Every time.
Okay. So, here's our move. Cast with Teamwork. Both modes. You gain Death Touch. You get -2/-2. Tap this. Okay. They can attack me for 7.
That's not dead.
And that is dead on board? Right? Like, whenever another villain enters, +1/+1 counter, 2 damage, first strike menace. I guess Doom will reign supreme first. Oh, God. I felt like I was fighting for my life out there. Like, there was a point where our opponent was empty-handed with, like, a 1/1 in play, and then, like, and we had 4 cards, and... Oof, how you doing, Doc?
I'm doing all right. I just threw some food in the oven so I can eat dinner.
Nice.
Your opponent had quite a deck between She-Hulk, Storm, and
Terrifying.
everything.
I gotta say, Widow's Bite did all the work we needed because it's one of the very, very few cards that pierces the shield.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't deal with a 4/5 for a little while. We had to like get our opponent to be afraid. Whew. Okay. It is all thanks to Crossbones and Black Widow. Crossbones gets kind of terrifying. Fairly large body, fairly quick, and the like ping adds up as well. Just for us doing our normal game plan. But yeah, we're not super heavy on the villain stuff, but we have a lot of this like equipment synergy that like I didn't expect to be a plan, but like we have it. So we can't play the shield spy kit here, but like I'm still fine with the hand.
Yeah, white-black equipment stuff is not particularly common. Not without red being there too.
Yeah. But yeah, there is a sub theme. It's not the main theme, but you know, like this comes with a little buddy. Okay, white tiger on 2. Let's go ahead and just play claw. The claw is they choose cards equal to number of creatures in grave plus 1, and we discard 1. So on 3, this is just, you know.
Yeah.
I will choose forest, thanks. Makes it harder to get to white tiger. Okay, 3 colors again.
Doesn't make anything harder at all. We're just gonna play 3 basics back to back.
Okay. Alright, yeah, we ship. We're gonna take 8 for this, but we're gonna get a 2 for 1 for our troubles. Yep. Best case would be they play a fight spell. Okay, we have to let that resolve so that they don't do the pickup there. Otherwise, they could just choose to pick up Super Soldier Serum. Okay. You know what? I'm willing to roll the dice. Thank you. Okay. 5th land from them. Whenever a permanent we put on counter, +1 counter. Okay. Interesting. Also, 100 mana. Goodness. We can Widow's Bite, take out White Widow. I probably need to do that because board presence is our current, like, thing we are working towards. Like, we need to fix the problem that is our board presence. Crossbones helps there. Because they've got 3 cards left, but they have 8 mana right now. Okay. They have infinite mana. 9 mana, any color. Yeah. Okay. Terrifying, because that's also gonna fight. Okay. Good news, opponent is out of cards in hand. Bad news, we haven't drawn land 5. Okay. What is the play here? You're a 6/6, no text. You're a 3/6. White Widow? That leaves us with a 3/3 and a 3/4? Yeah.
3/4 can block a 3/6.
Then 3/3 and a
You can actually
3/4.
double block as well.
Yeah, 3/3 and a 3/4 threatens the double block. Okay. Well, okay, I need you to fade a draw step so that I can get a better board, right? If you drew a trick, we're in hell, but I have to assume you didn't. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. Madam Mask is most board presence. So the reason I'm thinking about holding Bucky, because Bucky is really good with the equipment we have around.
True.
I'm gonna go with John. Okay. All right. Again, just hit a draw step like this. We're good. We have cards. We just need to convert to board, and that's all. So I'm gonna keep fighting for the board and try to hold my life total, assuming that you've drawn dead and you're just trying to trade, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's dead.
That's dead.
Excellent. All right. So
Okay.
This means Winter Soldier is going to become huge.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Like, I think this is Winter Soldier, Spy Kit, equip Spy Kit to Claw, because that'll get us the Scry. And then, like, next turn we can, like, move over to the Icy Ass and get things rolling.
Yeah.
That's a food. Okay. Yeah, like, I'm very happy with this because we are up so much left in hand, whereas they're on top deck. So, all right. No, thank you. And we also have Stolen Stark Tech as, like, if things go badly.
Yeah, it is kind of a thing where they have a ton of vigilance on heroes and a ton of menace on the villains.
Mm-hmm.
Which has that interesting quality of, like, there's almost always blockers on a hero's side, but that you need two of them to block the villains. An interesting dichotomy of keyword.
I think what I want here is Black Widow. Move you here. And we're not attacking alone for the
Yeah, you
the
want
scry. We want the damage here because we can
Yeah.
lethal next turn because of Stolen Stark Tech on on Bucky. We also have an anti-removal spell with, you know, well, not anti that, but, you know, that will be fine. Bucky, like, this still represents a 2-turn clock. Ooh, okay. A number of yeah, buddy. All right.
It's an interesting sub-theme to be in this color combo.
Yep. So I could connive here, but I want to hold up the trick in case they have a sweeper of some sort. Like if they top deck 3 damage to each creature or something, or like a kill spell. I understand from their perspective why they were so aggressively trading, but they just didn't have any gas left in the tank after, like, you know, we kept 2 for 1ing ourselves trading for their board. Like, they were down a couple cards comparatively, and were kind of trying to leverage a board state over, like, 5 cards in hand that we were clearly, like, a little soft on. So... Yeah, they had enough mana to save the Abomination fight. Yeah, let me... Oh, no, we already got it. But I was going to say, I was going to pull up the deck quick, but you kind of saw what we have. We have a lot of black equipment likers. It's really interesting. Like Ronin here.
Yeah, it's... Historically... So... Black is not the lowest affinity for artifacts in of all the colors. That's green. But black is the second lowest. Black is the color that cares about equipment and artifacts the second least.
Yep.
So it's interesting for them to do that as it's like sub theme. This seems unkeepable. This seems okay for a 5. I feel like a flash blocker is actually kind of a nice thing to have.
Yeah, the idea is, like, we get to pick up Red Room Recruit on a trade, and then, like we just have this really low to the ground thing, and that's about it. What else can we do on a... You know, we can pitch White Widow to have a 2/3. If this gets killed, we can pick back up. We have a kill spell. It's not too bad.
Okay. A number of black doing things with artifacts, too, is specifically when they've given Mardu the 3-color combo of white, black, and red equipment liking stuff. In which case, black, because it's there, is part of it.
They have something. Cycling? The wonder... Okay.
That's fine. This is just a 2/3 anyway.
Yeah. Okay. I still have action here? Like... I might flash Night Nurse in as a body here. Honest to goodness. Like... Yeah. Alright. This is the game plan.
Play 2 drops and see if you win off of them.
Yep. We got removal. We got anti-removal. This is kind of all we got right now, so hopefully if we... The idea in my mind is that this is enough pressure to put our opponent under, and then Crossbones into Madame Mask, like, can kill, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the hope. What's Aerial Dimbats? Power up 6? 6. Falcon. Ugh. Okay. Not great.
It's a lot of flyers that they've got going here.
Yeah. I see the theme. Storm, which our opponent could not function against Storm. That is extremely true. Okay. Oh, boy. 12? Probably gonna have to use Widow's Bite. If they go for pump Aerial Doombot, we can just kill Aerial Doombot if that's like their move. No. Alright, okay. Alright, you got me. But it was close, though. Anyway.
A mold of 5, but it was close, though.
Yeah, you know. And then +1/+1 vigilance the team.
Mm-hmm. I feel like large Boros Saga that wins the game is an archetype of card now.
I'm trying to think of one that is anywhere close to the power of this one. What's the other one you're thinking?
Probably not.
Like,
I remember, like, I might be thinking of a mono red one. Was the Acroan War mono red?
That was mono red.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like 2 Acroan Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've lost to this card every time we've seen it. I know that one of the losses I had to this was because I should have killed our opponent before it showed up, which is the correct, you know, way to stop that is your opponent doesn't exist. Our opponent was correctly identified in playing a 2-color deck and splashing for it. Because it yeah. It's a nasty one. But yeah, the steal 2 creatures, +1/+1 your team, and then fight. And then the creatures, if they still exist, would go back, but they don't. Also, it kind of reminds me of what the heck's in it? Kiora.
Oh,
Kiora and the Biden.
the one that makes Kiora steals the Biden.
The saga that has the text "win the game, win the game, win the game" 3 times on it, but that one does cost blue and like 6 or blue and 5.
Kiora Best the Sea God.
Yes.
Yeah, the one that is create an 8/8 with hexproof. Tap all non-land permanents target opponent controls. They don't untap during the next untap step. Gain control of target permanent opponent controls. Untap it. It's okay. You get an 8/8. You get 2 turns of free swinging with that 8/8 basically, because even if they do play something after they,
Yeah.
after you've done that, it's probably something you can just steal to get out of the way. So,
are you ready for the coolest shit? No, thank you.
nice.
I got to pay 2 life to Ronin to.
And now they can't play something with, unless they kill it here.
Yeah,
they can't play something with like 4 less toughness.
Yeah, because we could just eat the stolen Stark Tech and it's easy.
Yeah.
Bullseye is gonna throw something at Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Bucky gets to come back, so that's not a huge deal.
Yeah, Bucky will return in. I don't think I care about you. Like, yeah, 2 damage to any target, but like, that's all your turn, and I don't have anything that's killable with that, so. let's get damage in. And we also get a 4/4, so... And then, like, if we need to kill something after this, like, that's easy enough. Also, Ronin can pay 2 life to move an equipment. Ronin, I think, has to be equipped with it. Yeah, Ronin has to have the equipment on, so... Destroy target token? Oh my god. Wow, get out of here with this. That's terrifying. Okay. So they get to destroy the token, and they also get to destroy... Okay. This is a 4/4 without text now. But I would much rather trade the equipment for this 4/4 than anything else. So let's, yeah. I don't have any movement that I'm gonna do here. Let's just go. Target you. Sack you. Doom reigns supreme. Ooh, Madam Mask is more valuable than Red Guardian here.
Yeah.
I know we need land 5, but like that's just so strong. Okay. It's a creature I wish I could kill. Okay, I get to get a card out of your hand. Well. Okay, you're willing to take that possibility. Oh, that's why you were willing to take the possibility. You have a duplicate. Okay, so I don't care about killing Madam Hydra too much. You already have one. I guess you're just going to connive.
They can play it.
Well,
they can play the Madam Hydra to create a guy anyway, but...
I thought they would just discard Madam Hydra to, like, you know...
Have a blocker that kills something?
Yeah. Doom reigns supreme. And then we discard the land, and then Doom reigns more supreme.
The way the Madam Mask read there, in that case, is basically mill 1 card. If that card was a non-land, you know, she gets +1/+1.
Going for the attack there because, like, the points on Doom... if they're conniving, yeah, that was something they should have done last turn, but I don't think it changes this line. If we got to play another villain,
I honestly think
we get the
steal. Non-zero. I think there's actually a non-zero argument that they should have just played the other one, so they could have gotten a villain alongside with.
True. Yeah, 2 bodies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that alone, like, you can block here and you can trade with the body on the other 2 too.
Like, I know it puts you down a card, so you basically paid for a 4-mana 2/1, but
I
still.
think us being able to take the flyer that has the ability to block everything on our board out of their hand was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Claw. Such a good art on that. Yeah.
Yeah, 4-mana 2/1 is still better than 0-mana 0/0, and the alternative with the connive did put a counter on her, but that's about it.
A counter still, I think, would have been better than the land either, because the counter lets them kill what they
for sure.
block.
In that case, 100%. Yeah. Doing it in that first turn, it definitely would have been better to connive away her.
Sweet.
Nice.
We get to turn 1 Whiplash, then when Whiplash trades, we get to pick Whiplash back up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take a 2.
And then if Whiplash dies anyway, then you
Yeah.
can just claw for an extra. It's fine.
Yeah. I want a Death Toucher here. I want the tiny serpent. You have something on 1? Yo! Option select! Thank you. Love to option select. We've got... So they had something on green there, by the way. Giant Growth? The card named Giant Growth, perhaps? They have priority, right, is what I'm... They had priority with single forest. So, like... Alright. We'll see if you say nay. Sweet. This is a nice-looking hand.
That's a fantastic looking hand.
Yeah. Really happy with where this looks to be going. Especially with an opponent that isn't building a board right now. Like, they might counter this? No? Okay. There's no creatures in our grave, so this is reveal 1, discard it. Go Nuts is target creature, not target creature you control. Good call. Okay, that gets rid of the green that they've been sitting on. They still have priority here, so... Something? I don't know. Whiplash is equipment attached to Whiplash. Damn. All right, buddy, you've got to take actions. Beast. Okay. How do we want to go about this? Everyone in Night Nurse replay what we get killed? Kill Claw, please. Yeah! All right. Give me another card, please. Like Masters of Evil pumps it. You're off color?
Dang. And they're splashing black too? Huh. Because if you're playing a 1-mana, a 1-drop in white, you're almost certainly playing the white.
Yeah. Unless there's like
I wonder if they're actually base green-white and they are off color.
This is playable on just green, right? Like this is playable on it's
exactly.
hybrid. There's the other Go Nuts, sure.
And they've got their blue and their black, but they don't have one of their main colors, I think is what's happening here.
Okay.
I think this is 4-color nonsense. I don't think they win full 5.
Okay. Combat trick? No, go to 1. Alright. Deploy the icy ass. Go grab a white. Thanos? Thanos or Nick Fury? Like, we know the white was real because there's a white 1-drop here. So, like, obviously. They died a Whiplash trigger. The other thing they die to is that I can go grab Doom Reign Supreme, which has a Drain 1 on a villain coming into play. Obviously, I don't have enough black for that at the moment, but, like, that's, a non-combat way to kill our opponent. Invisible, okay.
Yeah, so they were full on just missing white for this entire game.
Okay. Yeah, like, just... Because, like, this is a card that does do a fine job of trying to, like, stabilize. My problem with this card is I think it's 5's expensive for it. But if you do get it down, that's so much defense. Right? Like, there's no once per turn. There's, like, and, like, cards like Go Nuts, Agent Murray, like, they all play into this, right? Like, everything we see is that, so... Love that Whiplash got to... Yeah, Whiplash got to trade the light.
It's hard to have a card that is, like, explicitly designed as a extremely defensive 5-drop.
Yeah.
You know? Where it's like, oh yeah, when you put this on the board and you start to support it, you're basically not going to lose in a lot of circumstances. Only issue is, it also doesn't really help you win.
Were they trying the Fantastic Four Infinite? That might be what the colors would be. For those not familiar with, I'll pull it up since we're in the middle of, we're in between things here. For those not familiar with this set, there is a 4-card Infinite. Comment. So, when you put a 1/1 counter on one or more other heroes, make a wall. When you make a token, draw a card. When you draw a card, deal a damage to your opponent. When you deal damage to a player, put 2 counters on the thing.
Which means that...
When you put 2 counters on the thing, make a wall. Etc.
Which then draws you a card, pings your opponent, deals, puts 2 counters on. It's a 4-card Infinite that if you assemble it, it pings your opponent to death and they lose.
And you draw your deck. But they had black instead of red, like, so, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, clearly they had, like, splashes. You don't play those without them. I'm gonna guess they were on white, we're missing the color, and that the other colors are for the activation on Nick Fury. Nick Fury has a power-up that's all 5 colors. And you could just play Nick Fury as, like, a playable card in your deck. Yarn. Alright. I'm in. Sweet. Equipment likers. Ooh, this looks really nice. We're off color, but we're not fully off color.
You can play your... there's not that many white villains, right? But there are a few.
Yeah, there are a few. Doom Reign Supreme. Okay. Forge, draw a card, pay 4, draw a card. I'll just keep moving. We got Widow's Bite to kill a blocker, which is probably what we're doing against that shield deployment drone. Okay. We're a little all in on the board. We kind of have to hope that we are able to convert this a little, like, more efficiently. But we have a lot of conniving. And this is also a lot of damage coming through. Both, like, Whiplash Trigger, Doom Reign Supreme, Connive from Swordsman, Connive from the Hideout. There's just a lot of additional pieces. The hope I have is that our opponent just can't convert anything to... I'm not going to redraw a 5. What do they want to discard? Okay, put a 1/1 counter on that. When an equipped creature you control attacks, it connives. Alright. I'm willing to risk it. What is more important here?
Targeted removal or just getting a land out of your opponent's hand, probably.
Yeah, well, we get to see 2, but I'm thinking more like board presence, too.
True. I think maybe the board presence is more important.
Yeah.
It also drains your opponent 1.
Oh, no, it's not 2. We put the... In my mind, our buddy is dead, not gone. I'm not gonna... Actually, no. And we get the life loss there. Okay. Yeah, we get a land out of you, whatever.
And yeah, it actually does make sense to equip this over, just in case you wanted to block this as a 3/3 if they do connive with it again.
Shields by kit. Okay, so that lets them attack. Okay. I didn't care about the mana there. The auto tapper is not like a question here. Crossbones is actually more important. Villains get the drain life on our opponent, and we do need to, like, if we can pop Doom Reign Supreme, that's 2 cards off the top of their deck. And I think that's enough to, like, turn a game in our favor.
The opponent's actually all about playing drones. Who cares about heroes or villains? This is just drone warfare.
Drone, yeah, we can. Vampire in the Ivory Tower with all their future tech versus. Yeah, then you get to attack Scry. That's great.
That's really good. That's the thing that you kind of need to.
I think we're going to spend this right now.
Yeah.
So I have better options on the connive.
I don't feel bad about spend 2 mana, draw 2 cards.
Okay.
At sorcerer speed.
Oh.
Attack alone, getting menace and death touch. Pretty good. First
Yeah.
menace.
And another villain. Submit 0, please.
Now they really, they have to spend everything to be able to kill it. No, they can't even. It doesn't kill it even on, no block now.
Yeah. I'm keeping crossbones as another thing that pings. They have to double block to not take 6. Alright. So they get 3 in the air.
Taken over a game.
Yeah. 3 in the air. They get the scry. Scry top. Okay. Like the card. And then they can pop the forge to draw 2. Okay. Land and a body. Stature. Ooh, that's a good way to try to win a game. They have to double block. Basically no matter what here, so... Alright. Extra point doesn't matter. Menace forces the issue. Yep. And then... Crossbones, drain 1. Submit 0. Yeah.
That's a weird ability of up to 1 to target, so you have to target with the second half of it.
Yep. So now we have 3 lethal attackers. They can attack us for 4 in the air, scry 1. Vigilance. But yeah, any villain pops Doomrain Supreme. We get multiple connives as long as Swordsman is still in play.
Crossbones is a way to deal damage to your opponent directly, too.
Yes, any villain will kill with crossbones. Though, I'll stack that to have Doomrain Supreme first, because, come on. Frozen in Ice, okay. So that removes all abilities, so we no longer have the Menace side. But...
You do have 2 lethal attackers, and they have 1 blocker on board.
So they must have a trick for 1 and block the other?
And you get to dig 2? Man. Yep, there you go.
Okay.
That's also drain 2 with Madam Mask.
And,
yeah, Bucky also can just be from the grave and do it anyway. So you give them... Very interesting.
Doomrain Supreme. Steel with Doom. Doom rules all. Doom rules all. As we know, Doom does indeed reign supreme. Can't believe you had Tony Stark working for you the entire time. I'm told that's the upcoming films. All right, 6-1.
All right, so we have to lose one so we can get to maximum magic.
Yeah, this deck has been like it. I love playing sideways to what the intended piece is within the colors. That's really fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
And like, there's enough support for it at the like, you know, having Ronin and having Whiplash and having Bucky and like.
You can identify a real sub theme in a set. It's great.
Yeah.
Not the main thing that those colors do, but it is absolutely the thing that those colors do. This is slow.
I'll try it, but you're right. Okay.
Makes it a little better.
I feel better having a kill spell. Okay. Alright, cap shield. Ooh, okay. Ah, yep. Alright, first of these, friends. I want a 3-drop creature pretty badly. Or not even a 3-drop creature, just like a play. Alright. We're holding removal, but like, this is pretty junk place to be. Yeah, 26. Mole Man, play lands from your grave. Uh-huh. Okay. Fifth land. I will take 2. If they want to pump Brawler to 4 here, I'm completely fine with that outcome. Okay. Because we have a kill spell for that, and we can even, like, fight that in combat. I'm not feeling too bad about it. Oh! Whenever a villain comes in...
I want to talk about someone who wears that shield good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right now I don't feel like I can get rid of any of the cards in hand. I'd like to be able to -4/-4 on Brave Brawler, but like having a 4/12 is enough to like make this obviously our position. Tapper, okay. And Cat. Alright.
Kind of stole his shield.
A little bit. I guess I'm going in. They have a Tapper. That makes things annoying. the idea in my head here is that I don't want them to chump block with the free chump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do that. Spread out, like, where things are. If they play removal or tap something, we have a little bit more of a board. This is a turn where I dropped shields a little bit for getting the Masters of Evil down, but I feel like in the long run that should be beneficial. That's very nice. So they're going to tap Swordsman. I'm going to go in with Masters. We're still hexproof. Anyway. I get to keep, like, moving. Ooh, Khazar. Multiple bodies and lands off the top of the library. Okay.
Damn. Your opponent's really good at flooding the board.
Okay, I'm pretty happy about that.
Not in a way currently that's useful, and this is really good because, you know, be able to just attack alone for a lot of values are really, really powerful here.
Yeah. And then we get free equip on Swordsman. They're going to tap White Widow.
A Black Widow and White Widow right next to each
Yeah.
other.
And then, like...
Conflict of interest much?
Okay. I guess I'm just going to go in with White Widow, then. Tap cap.
I guess you can finally play this Dark Deed if you feel like you need to.
Yeah, I can only target, like, the tapper or cap with this.
Yeah.
It is, like, yeah, we're seeing a lot of lands, but we're also filtering a lot of lands, which is...
Yeah, it does also sidestep the shield counter, thankfully, so...
Yeah. Alright, so they drew a real card because they didn't play a land off the top. So, like, we know that they're drawing a little live. They have the ability to just kind of, like, go wide, 7 attackers, 4 blockers, but they don't have a good attacks. Is it worth killing the tappers so that we can go all in with everything on Black Widow? probably my end step here. I like that. Oof. Okay. I will put that on the top. That's a very good draw. Okay. Connive. Land off the top. Landfall. We might have problems with an all-out here is the actual thing. Tap a blocker, all-out. Am I dead? Yes. Because, like, I've got Kill Cap here. And then, like, Black Widow over on, like, Khazar as most to block, but that's lethal. Okay. Yeah, I get go wide. We didn't have anything to really build against that. I guess, like, the question of killing that security officer a little earlier, but this is weird. We're trying to stabilize as well against, like, a huge life opponent. Cap Shield was super cool. Anyway, maximum magic detected.
Maximum magic detected.
Yeah. I'm gonna quick step away and then we'll do maximum magic.
I'm going to admit, while I was away, that the other saga that I was thinking of when I talked about a powerful Boros saga that wins games, it was actually the one that a custom card that I made. A little embarrassing to think that the card was real briefly. Creatures control get +2/+2 until the end of your next turn. Creatures control get +4/+4 until the end of your next turn. Creatures control get +6/+6 until the end of your turn. That card is like 3.5 years old, too.
Okay. All right. It's time.
Maximum magic.
Let's see if this one gets over the line. Yeah, that one also was, like, just a very slow start. We definitely are looking for being able to build a board much earlier. All right. All right.
Looks good to me.
I'm in. I see Swordsman with Stark Tech. I see Visions to draw up an option select on 3. White Widow. Yeah.
Looks good to me.
I'm in. I think our opponent rolled a 6. Yeah, 5. Oh.
Fire.
Right. Well,
turn 1, Bruce.
but Bruce is a way to get out from under a mulligan. That's a very, very good card to get out from under a mulligan with.
Bruce lets you draw quite a few cards very quickly.
Yeah. All right. So, like, you know, they draw another card off Bruce.
If you only activate him once, they, played a 1-drop that then they paid 2 to draw 1 card. Basically, Probian Inspector.
They've drawn back out of their mulligan already. Yeah. So, that's quite good for them. They've got a full grip. They could draw 2 here. Go to a full grip. Okay. Draw 1.
They're playing Bruce purely as Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
They played 3 swaps. They do not care about the Hulk at all, which is reasonable. You can see how many cards that this card draws you on a 1-drop.
Okay. Cap Shield. Okay. Cap Shield equip is something, but also I'm worried about Our opponent left up 2.
Yeah, you thinking like a bounce of something?
Yeah, or like a...
Could be a kill as well. In which case, like Stolen Stark Tech is the better
Well,
of the things to.
2 of the kills I can think
I
of
guess
are
you could do
minus, like minuses, -2, and -4, Dark Deed.
True.
Counterspell's also an option. Yeah, -2, -2, or -4 are both real. And I'm thinking -2, -2. Yeah. That was the reason I didn't want to go, like, play Equip.
Mm-hmm.
Tough, but... Bruce, without it, we need a way to get Bruce off the table. Or to pressure our opponent more. Both of them are really necessary pieces. Alright. Okay. So I've got Equip Shield, I've got Stolen Stark Tech. I'm expecting a bounce. So many of the kill spells... Okay. That's fine. Okay. So this is a 3/10 Vigilance, Death Touch, Menace, First Strike.
So it's impossible to defeat this creature in combat.
Yeah, flat impossible.
You need to have an indestructible 10 power creature to be able to win that fight.
Exile.
So what, Galactus? Galactus can win that fight.
Damn. So the thing I'm finding with Stolen Stark Tech is just so many pieces of removal sides. Like our defeat would be.
Yeah, but like minus toughness.
I guess it's what I get for not leaving up Stark Tech on
the
the turn where I played Shield instead. Okay. Bruce.
All right. Get out of here, Mr. Banner.
It's a little late, but it is Banner off the table. Okay, cool.
Okay, you still get to do it. And even you even get to benefit from the plus some power this time.
Yes.
Turn.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well. We do what we can. So we can tap a blocker. We're not indestructible anymore. The shield's indestructible. But we're not. I probably want to flash in Red Guardian as a, you know, a body. Okay, they're going to Red Room, probably discarding a land. We also have removal. No, discarding I see. This is your worst card in your hand? Okay. I'm terrified. So the idea here is rather than equipping shield, I'm leaving up Red Guardian as the activation on Red Guardian. I know that got by the -4/-4, but it lets us
Atlantis attacks.
return to... Okay, sure. That is a 6/5 with hexproof. And they bounce the Red Room Recruit. That's fine. That's okay. Because they play the Red Room Recruit, they're going to discard a land, and now we've run them out of cards, finally. Okay. Alright. Well. Okay, and their plan is 1,000,000 flyers. I understand.
It's a pretty good plan.
Yeah, I agree. That gets things done fairly quickly. This 1/1 is not the thing you're trumping me with. Nothing is, okay. That's really good for us because of Crossbones' damage. They can't do that again. That's too many flyers. You have way too many flyers.
Man, Bruce Banner is a hell of a card.
Yeah. Okay. Red Guardian. Get Falcon off the table. Also get the damage with Crossbones.
Can you kill with Crossbones? Is it once per turn?
Once per turn.
Drain 2?
Yeah, once per turn. I'm thinking about playing Night Nurse as... No, this is fine. Okay. Okay. They're dead.
Excellent.
Well, check this out. Villain. And then,
Villain with Flash on your opponent's upkeep.
On your upkeep.
Fantastic.
Villain. Do it before you draw.
We say thee nay!
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
They had it.
That was their last
The perfect
card? Okay, then you drew dead, right?
If they all out you, you go to 1. You're
Yeah,
not dead.
we lifelink. Whiplash can kill on going to combat. So I did the upkeep so that they wouldn't draw that. That was the reason for the upkeep stop.
but they already had it, so...
Damn, okay. Also, a villain draw is Crossbones lethal. Okay. Oh, God.
Okay, this does it as well. Okay. There were a lot of ways out of this game.
Good game,
but,
yeah.
Man.
I'm so excited by them having the counter when I set that up that way. Like, we save E-Day, and like, but yeah, so with this Madam Mask, if they have a counter spell, we still have 1+2 for equip to Whiplash. Whiplash drains 2 on attack. Thank you, Crossbones. Crossbones is killer.
Crossbones is pretty killer, yeah. I
like,
pros and deals, like, shocks your opponent every turn. That's pretty good. On Death Toucher, too. Like, these just got lots of text.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. That was terrifying. Bruce.
Bruce is a scary fucking card. That's honestly, if you have Bruce Banner in your deck, I think that might be something worth considering. Is the thing that happened with them of like, oh, it doesn't really matter if I have to mulligan a bunch. I can just draw off of Bruce.
Like, you're not gonna take it, but you have that as the out when you're like, well, I'm on Mull to 5. It's like, all right, sweet. Bruce on 1. If like, you're not running me down,
like, even you might even consider like if you go to 5 and you don't have Bruce Banner in there, a 4 with Bruce is better than a 5 on most cases, I want to say. And then, of course, if he dies, then you just concede. But that was probably happening regardless.
Excellent. Let's take a look through some cards here. It keeps telling me this is my first Lightning Strike, and I know that's wrong because that's the 5th time it said it. Had the Widow's Bite any earlier, presumably a different game. You had it any later, you lost. Yeah, right. Like, we can't, in that long game, we can't get through Bruce draw 3 when we're on like an even board state.
The posing that the AAM Synthoids are doing is like an alternate universe version of the Virtual Insanity video.
It's such a silly pose.
Yeah.
God. Widow's Bite, like, Black, you can see, like, Black has, our defeat is, like, destroy target creature, but Widow's Bite and Cruel Alliance, as well as Dark Deed, are, like, ways around that sort of thing for removal, so, but yeah, Ronan was just really happy that this functioned, you know, like...
Yeah, this actually works quite well, turns out.
Yeah.
There's enough cheap equipment too where you can actually use that.
Yeah, the Shield Agent Kit. I don't know if we opened one, but like that very tiny piece of equipment like got things done. I wasn't super impressed by the Stark tech because, like, as I said, a lot of ways around it, but it does work. It did save us in that patch. It's at least a snap-on
equipment. It's at least a 2-mana snap-on equipment.
Yeah.
You know, it still works with the cards that want you to play.
Yeah. It also did stop a kill spell. Like, it did its job. So.
Yeah.
Cube. Whenever you draw your second card, make a villain. And on your 7th plan counter, Mindslaver. This one is a lot more the just endless bodies, but if you
can pull off that last part, it's pretty good.
It's a token generator with a ticking clock that says, like, if you're stuck using this for like chump blocking, there is an out at the end of it. So yeah, like we had a few games with it was very funny that like in opponents' decks we've seen like a couple other connive engines that they use for like getting connive every turn, the one that's like whenever a villain comes into play, it connives, things like that. Our connive engine was Swordsman. Mole Man.
Moloid. Mole Man.
You know, they call her the unbeatable squirrel girl.
And they fucking mean it.
And they're right. Like,
yeah. It's really hard to beat Squirrel Girl.
Like, goddamn.
She's the easily the winningest green card in the set, is the thing.
Right, you have to be dedicated to. Like,
yeah. If you can play Squirrel Girl, you're probably winning the game with Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Because, like, the activation base is make 2 extra squirrels, even though without the one on attack. And the moment you do that, like, once or twice, these lands are neat.
Yeah.
Like, having the, like, basic land text means you can't just be like, alright, I'm playing this in a deck with 22 non-basics, but, like, also they'll work when you, like, on the turn you need them to.
I described the equivalent that Miss Marvel has some of the best trinket text in the game of Magic. That the thing that I described Squirrel Girl as recently is, you know, the episode of Dragon Ball Super where Arale is around and no one can beat her because Vegeta goes and says, "You can't beat gag characters.
Yeah.
The strongest things there are."
Yeah.
Squirrel Girl is that for the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
She is the manga a gag character. So.
What a tool. Yeah, Miss Marvel's multiple sets of like, trinket text with the Blue Reach, only existing on Ms. Marvel and Reed Richards.
There's, like, it's specifically in, these 2 cards in the, and all versions of Reed Richards, including the Commander versions of them and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is basically exclusive to this set, is a bit of Blue Reach just because of these stretchy characters.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have no hand size with the very large fist owning Shocker, who's doing, who's like ragdolling in the background.
He's gonna shock you.
Hello. This is the Secret Lair Wolverine. Wolverine, best there is. This is one of the... I think this is the newest card with Regenerate? Actually?
I believe so, yeah.
Which...
I think that's 100... truly, absolutely true, because this was back when they kind of, like... Secret Lairs were explicitly 100% supposed to be kind of like just experimental cards using old, like, mechanics and stuff.
Yeah, because this one was a couple years back, year and a half back. It was a while back, but the cards are in here, which I'm quite happy with.
Which means that they had to program Regenerate functioning in Arena. They might have had a couple.
They would have already had that from a couple cards before. It's there was a March of the Machines. March of the Machine singular. But it is very... Regenerate is very fun. Mjolnir does everything.
Yeah, Mjolnir is really, really good. This is, you know, double damage equipped creature would deals 4 damage to one target creature when it enters. Equip worthy is really cheap because, like, most of the cards you'd be playing with this are worthy, like, just flat out. So this often just reads equip 1 in your deck.
The things that are worthy are very funny. It's true. Yeah,
and then, if you really, really don't need it, you can just Pyroclasm instead.
That also works
at instant speed.
Yeah, the thing with Mjolnir having the Pyroclasm is that the Mythic Thor, which I'll go pull up. Not collected. You know, the Mythic Thor, 5 mana, 5/5 flyer, comes in. Exile an equipment, insert a sorcerer from grave, and you can recast.
Yeah, so you'd be able to just pick it back up and put it back on the Thor.
You get to do the thump and pick it back up, and then when you cast a non-creature, you bolt at something. I like both the Thors, all 3 of the Thors, actually. Jane Foster, Mighty Thor, is like just a wildly flexible card. Very cheap, a lot of blink. Like, this Thor is a 5/5 Snapcaster Mage, and, like, double prowess is very cool.
Double prowess is very cool, yeah, for the uncommon Thor.
Yeah. Gilgamesh should be... I mean, Gilgamesh is going to try and pick this up regardless of being... of worthiness. This is far from the strongest of hammers.
Yeah, like, doesn't Gilgamesh have, like, a free equip on him anyway? So he'd be able to equip it anyway.
Yeah. Well, cool. Been having fun with this limited format. There's, like, it's become pretty clear as we've played it that, like, this is one of those formats that kind of has a best color with the commons going on. White is just very deep and has a lot of power that pushes it to something we keep seeing on the other side. But that doesn't make it, like, that's not uncommon for a format to have a pushed bit, and the rest of it has been playing pretty fun, so.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
far.
The long-term, like pushing of white is... It continues to happen, and like the only thing that's really annoying about it is just how frequently it is that white is that color. Really, is all it is.
Hero in Training's a wild card.
Hero in Training is a ridiculously good common.
So, all right, that's gonna be it for tonight. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you, Doc, for the raid, and thank you for jumping on it.
Yeah, no worries.
You want to catch more, you can follow, subscribe, Cool Slime Skulls. But if you're just here having a good time, glad to have you. Upcoming, I've got tomorrow is the start of Trails the 3rd. We finished Trails 2nd chapter a couple weeks back, so we're going to be starting 3. Wednesday should be finishing up chapter 3 of Dragon Quest Builders and moving into the final chapter. And then Thursday is going to be the start of playing through Tales of Eternia so that we can finish up before the remake comes out in October. So, then if you go over to Doc's channel, basically any time over over the month.
I've been doing Hell Wheel pretty reliably.
There's
been a lot of Hell Wheel happening.
You've got all the strange PS2 titles to grind through.
There have been, yeah, I have. I think I have a pretty killer list of games. It turns out, some of them are truly dog shit.
All right.
I do think today was the first day I didn't roll Underworlds of all. That game is the Wheel's beloved. One of the Wheel's 2 beloved games, because it turns out its other beloved one is fucking Godai, which is so bad.
Oh, you can head over to the sword.zone. Check that out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.